All right. We will see if anyone comes back. I was having, I think, my top-down camera, which I've had for quite a while. We had some power outages yesterday. They are all hooked to a surge protector, but I think it still didn't like it. Hi, Anna Marit. Good evening in Norway, or good night in Norway. All right. So we're gonna do some foiling. I know you guys, it's hard to kind of see. Let me see if I can get kind of a better angle. I have to use my other camera, and I think so things are just going to be kind of weird. But so I designed and printed out a whole bunch of sentiments yesterday while I was watching I think it was all of Tracy's lives yesterday. I was playing around. And so I've got some really funny sentiments. And then I've got my new Pink and Main um, foilables. And I have this butterfly and I really want to foil it too. And so these are the three of the Pink and Main satin foils that I picked. These two are for butterflies and maybe some sentiments. And this is for the sentiments and this burlap background too. I don't know if my things, let me check and make sure that my links transferred. Some of them did. Yeah, we're good. We are good. Well, Anna Marit, I'm glad you are here. Um, that was a little frustrating. My camera started making all sorts of weird colors, and then now it's just black. But I was trying to go live in a hurry, so we're just going to go with what is supposed to be my face cam. But we're going to just use it as my regular camera today. Let me see if I can, there we go. All right, so let's foil some fun things. I'm going to start with the Pink and Main foilables. Actually, we're going to start with the sentiments first. So this one has some really funny ones on here. There's Merry Christmas, and the nautical ones I printed out to go with all of the Spellbinders and the Pink and Main stuff that I have that is all beach, ocean, nautical. And so it says, let me know how you are doing. Stay anchored in what matters. I sure miss you. Just dropping a line, a little wave, hello, and then Merry Christmas, because that was on the top of the sheet. And then some of these are Thanksgiving or autumn. Halloween, I just have a whole bunch of them. And so I was going to foil them to have them ready to go in my little tray of sentiments. So we are going to, let me see if I made this one. Oh, that should work. We're going to start with this one. And because it's a lot of the ocean type ones, I'm going to use the aqua, the satin aqua. Everything's upside down and backwards. Foil. And isn't this pretty? This satin foil is so gorgeous. I love that Pink and Main puts these kind of repositionable labels on there, so you don't end up with residue and a section of foil that you can't really use. All right, let me cut this down. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but we're making do. Hopefully I will get the camera fixed soon. We have extras around in the house. I just didn't have time to grab one, so we just Went with the one that was plugged in and working. All right. So we brushed it off and we're going to line this up on there and into our carrier. Pink and Main has my favorite foils. Not only are they gorgeous color-wise, but there is so much on the roll. All right. I don't know if I should. Hold on. This is going to be one of those lives where I just have to fuss with things. And we'll trim this off. And hopefully I don't put it in there crooked. I got one that got stuck the other day. So happy Friday. It's one of those Fridays. Is there a full moon? I think full moon was last week. But, you know, it's just one of those days. You just roll with it. Make do. Do your best to just get through it. And we will see how this comes out. That's a really weird angle. I'm gonna let this cool. And I have my machine sitting on my little glass mat and it fits just perfect on there because otherwise the bottom doesn't get like super hot but warm enough that my self-healing mat gets a little warpy. So, and I think Simon, I don't know if Simon is still live. Simon was live just a bit ago. Now I know with this, I'm going to have a lot of like negative space, but that's okay because I can use it on some other toner sheets that I have. So that looks so good. Can you see? So there's our foil there. All right, let's do another one. Actually, let's do one of the Pink and Main foilables, this burlap. And I think we're gonna go with the lines. And I love these because you get the positive and the negative. We're making it work, Justine. So you get the positive and the negative of the foils. And then once you foil them, you also have the positive and the negative of the foils. So we're going to use this new color. I haven't used this one yet. I just got it the other day. And this is their ginger. Satin ginger is what she calls it. So let's trim this down. And there we go. His little ghosts were so cute. All right. My little brush. And dogs are going to bark and, you know, it's just chaos at our house. But that's kind of normal. All right. And then into our carrier. I am so stoked with how this one came out. It's so pretty. And that is the aqua, the satin aqua. It just has a really cool finish to it. So we'll do a few of these. I don't know that I'll get a card made today. I really just wanted to play with foil, and I had printed out the sentiments and designed those yesterday and wanted to play around with those. That's toasty. All right, let's see. I need to get some, I think I have some in my other box. Hold on. For Halloweeny colors. So let's see what we have in here. I've got purple that would work. I've got some green that will work for my little witch thing. And I mean, it's hard to know like what color because I'm just doing these ahead of time and not with anything in particular in mind. All right, let's see how this one turned out. I missed a few spots. I wonder if it's because of my folder. We're just gonna try it again because what have we got to lose? Nothing. Really? We're just gonna run it through again. It's only paper. Yep, just playing. And that's what I love to do with the foil, is just play. But I am gonna do one of these butterflies in the aqua. And I think I'm gonna do the black color one. I'm still learning my machine. Hey Dawn, how are you, friend? I loved your live today with tea. That was fun. All right. We're going to let that cool. Let's cut this down to go with our butterfly. Isn't that pretty? Aren't those butterflies gorgeous? So we're going to do the aqua with the butterfly. I had a little technical difficulty, Dawn. So we are we switched it up. We made do. One of my cameras died. So I will have to figure that out later. All right, let's see if we fixed. And that worked. Oh, I love that. Isn't that pretty? This is the burlap. This is from Pink and Main. It's one of their foilables. And it is their ginger satin foil, which is brand new. It just came out. All right, let's give this, get that on here. I need to order some of their just toner sheets. I totally goofed up one of the folders the other day when I was playing around. It wasn't quite completely straight and it got a little wonky. This plum would be really pretty for the butterfly too. So I might do one of the other ones, the other colorway. This one with the plum. I have to remember that I don't have like complete face down. All right. Their foil is amazing. Not only just the quality of the foil itself, but you get 25 feet on a roll. That's a lot of foil. 25 feet, and it's 6¼ inches wide. So more than enough to do, like a 6x6. I have but yeah, 25 feet. So that's a lot for the, what you pay for it. You definitely get your money's worth out of that. All right, let's see how this butterfly looks. Holy moly. I have one little spot right there. Well, two, but that's gorgeous. So pretty. All right, let's do a purple butterfly. We're just playing. I printed out a whole bunch. I sat yesterday, I think it was last night, while T was live paint or coloring her chickens. And I made a bunch of sentiment sheets um, to print out and have. And so I got those printed this morning. And we will get, look at this plum. Isn't that pretty? Hey, Alyssa. How are you? Thanks for dropping by. All right, make sure there's no spots, no yucks on there. There's so many people that are so many people that are live. Simon just finished. Um, it's a time, but there's always the replay. So there's that. But it's my new little, uh Die Cut Diaries. It's supposed to be, and this is typical, the camera not working. It just adds to the drama, right? Um, so it's just getting me to go live on Fridays, whether I have, 1, 2, or 20 people watching. Um, it's just, not really a plan. It's not anything specific that I have to do, so it might be just some playing around. The other thing that's nice, sorry, squirrel, about the glass board is that if you lay your hot foil on here, it cools down quickly. Abner is barking to sit in my lap, but he can't. He can't at the moment. All right, let's see how this one came out. Oh my gosh. Look at that. His ghosts are hilarious. I was cracking up at the ghost accessories. No, go. All right, let's see. This one is, let me trim this real quick. Let me get my little teeny trimmer. And I'm just going to trim this top one off because these are actually the nautical ones and not the Christmas ones. All right. And then let's cut this down just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to do these in one of the greens. And I think we're going to do it in this really dark green here. Yep, we're gonna let's cut this down. So I love fonts and design and things like that. My college diploma actually says graphic design. And I was on the school newspaper. I did all the ad design for our college newspaper. And so I love sitting and designing and playing with fonts and things like that. So this is just enough to cover this one little piece here. This green is really pretty too. Oh, let me dust it off first. Make sure there's no stray particles. I always forget that part, and then that's usually when I end up with a big boo-boo on my foil. All right, there we go. Oh, it's been a week. It's been a crazy week, but it's good. Life is good. Yeah, Simon's Ghosts are definitely going on my wish list because the ghosties and their accessories were so cute. And they're so typically like Simon. I could look at those and think Simon designed those. It's just kind of his style. And then that black cat um was so pretty too. And I love that you could do it without the hat and stuff and maybe do a different color and it wouldn't be so Halloweeny. Um but yeah. So let me know in the comments, are you a fall autumn person? Are you a Halloween person or both? I would have to say both. Fall kind of spans a little bit, longer, but oh yeah, look at that. I'm trying to get the color so you can see the color. And it's really a dark green. Oh, gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Whew. That one snuck up on me. All right, let's do some more. Let's do some more. Let's see what other colors I have. Let me see if I have a red in my bucket of foil. I do have a red. This one is Shattered Heart. I don't think it's really hearts. I think it's just the shattered glass in the red. And this one is from Crafty Critta. All right, my little sticker. And when I foil, it's so funny because I end up with such a mess on my desk. I have foil everywhere. I've got, like rolls of foil that I have to put back in their containers. I've got, things that I foiled everywhere. And oh, that'll work that way. So I'm going to get some toner sheets. I don't have any, so that I can do the reverse ones of these that print out. Oh, thank you, Anna Marit. Prosit. Is that it? Prosit. I tried to mute the microphone. I love so I started with Duolingo and going through how to learn Norwegian. Um, and it's funny because I have learned how to order wine, coffee, and water in a cafe. And I know who my mother, father, sister, and brother are. But that's it so far. I need to work a little more on it. But it's really fun. And it's nice to be able to kind of learn things from Anna Marit as well. I know that she works hard to learn English words, and so I thought it would be kind of cool to learn some Norwegian words. But so the glass mat really does help it cool down fast. Oh yeah, look at this one. Aren't those fun? And so then I've got all my little extras. And then over here in my pile of ones to do, maybe, here they are. This row here I did to fit in my punch. So this is a 1 3/4 inch punch. I use it for my ones from um, Sarah. So let me just read some of these to you. This one says, "Don't go breaking my tart." These are all for pies. Cat Scrappiness has a like build a pie die set. Um, Pie love you, like I love you. You're a fantastic friend. Harvest blessings, Hallelujah, Autumn vibes. You're the pick of the patch. Crust me, you're awesome. And then don't go breaking my tart. And then I've got some Halloween ones. Which ones? Thanksgiving. But so I'm going to let's do well, we can do a couple of these. And so I'm just gonna line this up. Gotta figure out where the camera is. Knocking everything over. Line this up uh, with my punch. And I know I have dies that would do this too, but sometimes the punch is just a little faster. All right, so there I've got it lined up. And we are gonna do, I think pie needs to be the ginger color. And I love this, I can just cut little squares. This ginger color is so pretty. I do have an affiliate link for Pink and Main. I'm not sure if I got it listed because I had to redo the live, so it might not be in there. But these are all these, the satin foils are all from Pink and Main. The shattered glass ones are from Crafty Critta. All right, so let's brush these off. I love you. That cracks me up. I love a good pun. All right. Get that in there. Ah, everybody's barking. Dogs are going crazy. I'm telling you, it must be. I don't think it's a full moon, but I think it's just crazy weather. We had thunder last night and the power was going on and off, and I think that is what got my camera. Even though it's on a surge protector, I think it was just the powering on and off. And it's an old camera. I've had it since I started live streaming on Facebook 8 years ago. So, it might be kind of time for an upgrade. This face forward one here, um, which is to see my face. Hi, friends. You never get to see my face, but I have a camera so you can see my face now and the mess behind me. But we will go back down. Sorry for anybody that, if that made you seasick. Oh my gosh, Anna Marit, you ended up getting it. That shipping is crazy. But you know what though? I have a box coming from Tracy, who, mind you, lives in my state. Just I live at the bottom of the state. Tracy lives at the top of the state. To mail a flat rate box, that's the thing, it's a flat rate box, was $18. I'm like, $18 in gas. I could almost drive up there and get it from her. But yeah, that was insane. The price of shipping for everything. And it's just, it's just the times. I don't think it has anything to do with Oh, look at that. You're fantastic. Oh, let's see how this one came out. Oh yeah. I love you. Those are so fun. And I love that I can just punch them out. They go in my little, oh, I got some of these I can do too. My little tray of sentiments. And a lot of these are from Sarah Liz from Sassy LLC. And she does a, um, every Friday, a new one comes out. And so I always get those. And it's nice just to have them. This pie set, I had, you know, the die set in mind, but oh my gosh, those are hilarious. And then we've got our Christmas. Let me see what else. We've got our butterflies. I love this purple butterfly. And then with this, all I have to do is put a sentiment on here and it would cover my little bloopers there. And it's done. Same with the aqua butterfly is just, you know, some sentiments, some embellishments, and we're good. I love this burlap. I think it needs some chickens to go with it. And oh, and then we did this one, which has some of my nautical puns, like let minnow how you're doing, stay anchored, just a little wave, hello. Pink and Main in one of the boxes a couple months ago had an embossing folder that was the most adorable waves, and so it would be perfect for that one. All right, let's do a few of the Sarah Liz ones. I've got a mess here. There's piles of things everywhere. Abner is staring at me like he's being neglected because he can't sit on my lap. Let's see, it's not snowman. Do not open, that'll be a good one. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. And then let's do one of the dark ones, the black ones, which is Merry Christmas wishes. Let's see if I can get these all to fit on here. It's like playing Tetris, getting them to fit. Oh, neat, Anna Marit. I can't wait to see what you actually make with it. I have the Spellbinders making the Christmas memories one that I need to sit and just go through and make cards. But I want to do that, I think, just on a live, maybe next Friday, and just play. I think that's what my Fridays will be. I mean, it's kind of drama. You know, I had drama this morning with my camera, so it's fitting for the Die Cut Diaries. And I wanted the whole soap opera thing was just funny to me. When I was in college, I used to love watching soap operas, like in between classes when we were sitting in the training room, we could watch. They had a TV in there, and every once in a while we could convince the trainer, as long as the football team wasn't in there, to watch some soap operas. All right, so there is Merry Christmas Wishes. Do not open till December 25th, and that's the same red. And then Ho Ho Ho, Merry Christmas. And I could probably fit, let me see, I've got this little tiny strip here. And I go back and I cut off all these little pieces to use later. Let's see if I have one that will work for that. Christmas ones are all longer. Let's see if I've got one that You are the apple of my eye. That'll look good in red. Apples are red. And then I have another one that says you're the apple of my pie. Because, a good pun. So, sorry for the dogs barking. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you're on the replay, hello replay crew. It's a little bit chaotic, a little bit disorganized, a little bit of drama. When your paper betrays you was the title. I should have, when tech betrays you. So I just wanted to play. I will save these. They will go in my little tray of sentiments to be used at a later date or to make cards with. And I will use them on another one. On my live Tuesday night for Cat Scrappiness, we were doing haunted houses and stuff. And I was one of the comments, and I don't remember who it was so sweet, said that they liked my storytelling. Jamie! Hey, making cookies. What kind of cookies you making, friend? I like cookies. I need to make some cookies. All right, so you're the apple of my eye. That will go great with my pie sentiments. So these are all ones that I created. I have some nautical themed ones. I have some more pie autumn ones. Let's see. Thanksgiving feast mode activated. Ooh, chocolate chip sounds good. Hey there, gourd. Just have a wicked good day. You've got me under your spell. If you've got it, haunt it. Thinking of you and wishing you a season full of color. Resting witch face. You are under my spell. I got that already. You're the pick of the patch. Then let's see. We've got some Christmas over here. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Happy Holidays, Mistletoe Christmas, Deck the Halls, some more autumn ones, Fallelujah, A Harvest Full of Blessings for You, Autumn Vibes, I Love You, Crust Me, You're Awesome, Don't Go Breaking My Tart. Those kinds of things just crack me up. I do love a good pun. All right. So, I think we're almost, well, not an hour, about 45 minutes in. But I think that's it for today. I think I'm just going to play. Now I'm going to try and figure out what is wrong with my camera and search through the electronics graveyard that is behind me that possibly contains another camera so that I can fix it so that this is my face camera. Hello, friends. And not my table down camera that doesn't work with the perfect angle. I can't zoom. It's not set up on my stream deck. Yeah, Jamie, those sound amazing. But anyway, friends, thank you for joining me. Let me turn this off. It makes noises. It makes creaky noises, which is weird. Like something's going through it, but it's like creaky, creaky noises. Thanks for hanging out, chit-chatting. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate if you're on the replay. I appreciate if you come in late. I had to restart. Justine was here, and then I turned the camera on. It was making all sorts of weird colors, and then it just went black. So we're gonna do a little tech troubleshooting. But anyway, have a fantastic weekend. Remember, always be kinder than you need to be because you never know what someone's going through. They might be having tech issues and having a bad day. So just be nice. Anyway, much love, y'all. I will see you next Friday. Actually, I will see you Monday on the Not Too Shabby channel for Moody Monday. But otherwise, I will see you next Friday here for another episode of the Die Cut Diaries. Have a fantastic weekend, y'all. I gotta find my mouse to click the buttons.